Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. I've continued this layout a little bit in between episodes just so that we make a little bit of a start on it. So this is the new Canal district, the Susselgrad Canal district, and I think we'll expand it on the other side. So it's kind of almost mirroring, I think, this side here. But anyway, so what I've done, I'll quickly explain. So I've added a little path in here, and I've paid for that because that's final. Then I've added the road that I kind of started, and we meandered it around. You'd remember I built a bus station in here, which doesn't work for trolleys. So the only thing I could find that actually accommodates trolley buses is this one. The others are trams. Yeah, that's fine. Trams stop larger and all of these kind of things, but I can't actually find, none of them show electrics, and I couldn't really see anything. I don't want to build a million of them to try and figure it out. So I just went with that. Now I've got a little bit of a loop, so I've changed it up here a little bit. So I've added in over there and over there and over there and over there. So now I've got like 5 stations in a bit of a loop here. Now the one thing that we don't have, which I probably need to put in straight away, is a little bit of a trolley bus depot end station. I guess depot, potentially end station. Well, we need the depot, of course. That's a tram end station. Yeah, see, I don't really see anything else, right? So anyway, we'll get the depot. Oh, really? Is that the? I don't think the plan is that we do it that way, right? We'll just do. We'll just kind of squeeze the depot in over here, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. So I guess we'll just squeeze the depot in over here, like so. So let's plan that out. So at least we have a depot, depot and end station. End stations are useful to try and make sure everything is in the right, running in the right kind of order. Let's have a quick look. If we look at a trolley bus end station, that's the only one. I don't think that one can really accommodate. So potentially, let's relook at this ever so quickly. If we clear that one out, we've got that little path in there. I guess what we could do is we go with the end station like so. Right, we do that. We tie this up over here. That's fine. We'll start the construction there. And then we can add the depot basically in here. So they can use both the depot or the end station. And I guess what we could do is we could also run it in like that. So we've got a dual access point for it. So anyway, so that's our piece of our infrastructure. Whether this is really the right thing to do in here, I don't know. What you would see is in the middle, I've added some pathways. We'll add more than this. We probably need to split a few more things, but I thought I'd just get the mainstream ones in here. Because if we're going to add some big buildings like major hospitals or universities or something like that, TV stations, they end up taking a little bit more than these blocks, or even shopping centers. So we may want to play around a little bit. This already is a little bit too small. So we'll have to see. But anyway, that's a good spot for a nice statue over there. Anyway, so that's kind of the plan. So we've got this in play over here. I think I'll start the construction process. So let's. I'm not going to necessarily start construction on the pathways, but the rest we can do. So let's add it. Oh, what I've also done is I've added a few more of these guys. Because I think we're just overloading it. So I've added where we've had a few places where we could tie in. I've added some of these guys in there just so that we're electrifying the network in a few more locations, because I think that's what was causing our issues. Okay, so now with that in mind, do we have construction potentially underway? Yeah. Oh yeah, we definitely have construction underway here. But it's not quite. So whether we get lesser, or maybe what we'll do is we'll just get the helicopters in here. So get the helicopters in here to come and make a start on all of this stuff. I don't want to do that one. So get the helicopters in. You come and work on all of these roads. All of these roads, please. They're coming. They're swooping in. Here they come. All of these roads under construction now. Apart from that one and this one. Okay, so there they go. All of these roads are under construction. We do need to tie in all of these other roads, but we'll kind of leave it there. There is some access points here as well. So that's good. So that's a starting point for construction. Now, what we also need to have a quick look at before we get into the details, we also have to have a bit of a look at what's going on underground. So we've got power. We've got over there. So let's start off with water and sewage. So let's have a quick look. If we go up and we have a look here, so sewage will most likely be a bit of a problem. So let's quickly have a look at our levels. So if we grab our levels here, where is the sewage tie-in point? So there's a sewage tie-in point over here somewhere at 15, and these are quite a bit lower. There's also potentially a tie-in point over here somewhere, right? At 10. So I guess what we could do is we could run everything towards that one over there. So I guess that's the plan with the sewage. Let's start off with the sewage. So we need a few of these switches. I'm actively thinking maybe not those, but maybe this one at the very least. So if I were to say, let's do, I think we could probably just run straight down the middle here, right? We may have to just get a bit of a drop at the end there before we tie in. Oh, we could tie into that one. I think that's fine. So let's do one here. One here. And there. And probably one more over here. I think that will be okay. Then what we'll do is we'll have one over on this side. Actually, we'll have one here. Kind of runs over that way. We'll have one over here that runs over that way. And we'll have one probably over here that runs that way. And maybe we'll add an interim one over here. I'm guessing maybe we'll add an interim one like this as well. That should be okay. And yeah, I think that's okay. I guess that's a reasonable. This is not gonna. Well, so this will have to fall kind of like this. Right. So let's do that. Let's fall it like that. Okay. So let's do that. So let's grab ourselves some of these guys. They should be able to tie in like that. So let's do this. And autosave. Tie in over there. And tie in over here. Now, can we tie in this way? Yes. Oh! I thought we're kind of going up there. But I guess this one down here is maybe a bit of a drop. So I think we should be able to tie in over there quite nicely. Nice, that's good. Can we tie in over there? Beautiful. So our sewage network is pretty straightforward. I like it. I like it. There. Here. I think we'll be okay. This is a hill. Okay, let's add another. Let's add another one kind of up here on the hill. That should give us reasonable connectivity. So that one should be able to... Oh, it's not a hill, it's a depression. Okay, so that's the issue. That is a bit of an issue. So what we'll need to do is we'll probably have to put it in here somewhere. We may have a little bit of an issue here. We may have a bit of an issue here. Anyway, let's keep going on that. Tie this one in. So this one can go there. That's fine. We could... I guess we could... No, if it's a depression, it needs to go in here. So anyway, let's put one more in here somewhere, and that should comfortably tie in like that. So I guess that gives us a little bit more room. So I guess we should be able to pick up everything over here, and we got room to tie in from the other side. Actually, maybe we should just go ahead and do it already. So if we did maybe one over here, one over there, and say one over here, I think we will have all of our tie-ins working, and we could expand if we needed to. And that's it. So that is at least the start of our sewage network. So let's switch that one on. Sewage network ready to go. Now I'm thinking I'll do the water in the opposite direction. So not into there, but in from here. Now I'm hoping that sewage network is sufficient. I mean, in terms of its capacity, we're not going to have enormous amounts of people living here, but we will have some. So we want a water switch, right? So this is the water switch, and I'm after that guy. Okay, beautiful. Let's go back underground. The water switch is able to come off over here. So we're after maybe something like, yeah, let's run it there. Go in. Something like that, something like this. See, we should have, yeah. Okay, let's go in here. Kind of route down the middle there. And what we may have to do is we'll run another line off this. Beautiful. We'll do that. So I think that'll work for water. So let's see about tying that one in here. Come on. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Okay, so that should be okay. Then what we'll do is we'll tie in like so. And like so. And like so, and like so. And even this one here, that goes straight over the top, I think. Yeah, beautiful. So that gives us a bit of a loop going that way. Similarly, we'll run another one out this way, like this. This. Like that. And that's it, really. That's it. Okay, so let's do this. What I also I'm thinking, I didn't quite do it justice, but I think we can do a bit of a tower in here as well. I'm liking the idea of potentially adding a water tower in here. So we'll tie another one up. So let's do that. Let's grab ourselves a nice. Well, it's not. We don't have anything larger. Well, I don't know what the size of this thing is. A big water tower. But anyway, that's maybe a little bit extreme. I think what I'm contemplating is adding a little something like this. We could also run it from the other side if that's going to be easier, but I think Yeah, I think this is probably about right. Let's place that one in there. We'll do a water tower as well. And what we'll do is can we please go underneath and tie it in? Yes, we can. And then we'll also tie it in. Okay. A little something like that. And we'll add that in. So now we've got a water tower in this area also, so that this area has a little bit of a buffer. In case we do run out, then we'll get the water tower to at least provide a little bit of additional water supply for everybody. So now that is the water and the sewage underway, and the next thing we need to do is we probably need to tie in some of these guys. So let's quickly just make sure that um, this guy is in fact tied in. And similarly, I guess over here, just tie that one in there just so that we have these guys tied in for whatever reason. Now let's do some power distribution. So we've got all of these guys on both sides, right? So yeah, we've got the loop. So what we'll need to do, let's quickly grab it. Oh, and we need the other thing we need to do is bring in the heating plant from over here. So heating will come in from that side. Okay, so let's just quickly have a look at this. So we've got two, and 2. So we don't have that much power to play with in this area. So I guess what I'm after is let's grab ourselves a couple of these guys. So we will need a little bit of maneuverability here. So we'll do one over there and probably say one over here. And then we'll do kind of one over here and maybe one over here somewhere. And probably need to do like one over here somewhere. And maybe even something right there. Okay, so let's quickly tie those in and see what that looks like as a starting point. We need to make sure we've got all of that going for us. So the first one is right over here as a tie-in point. Yeah, we'll do that. The second one is somewhere over here. We try and at least keep that a little bit in line here. And then this one will be tied in over here. And that one, did I take it properly there? That will be tied in over there. And I'm kind of thinking this one should be tied in on this side instead. So let's do something like that to tie it in. Okay, so and we've got one more left to potentially come into this area, but that gives us a little bit over there. We still can tie in at least 2 of them on this side, which we will need to do. Plus we've got a little bit more to play with maybe on this side. So maybe what I'll do is I'll grab this one from over here, and then there's room to pull another one through from that side if we needed one more in here somewhere. I just don't want to fill all of them in case we are missing a spot or 2. But I guess what we are missing is we're definitely missing. Let's go back out. So we've got one over here. I'm guessing we need a little something over here. Maybe even a little bit deeper in here. So say something like that. And then a little something over here. I guess that should at least help us out a little bit. That gives us a reasonable number of tie-in points, I think. One there, and then one over here. So it's maybe a little sparse in the middle here. I think let's add one more say right over here somewhere. That's pretty central, and we'll bring it in from over there. That should hopefully cover this area fairly well. Okay, so that's infrastructure for you. Go there and go there. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of what we'll do. We'll get those tied in. So there's a lot of power infrastructure that can start its construction. Now, the only other thing we need to do is have a little bit of a look at these heat pumping stations. So we've got the heating plant here, and I guess that is for, just have a look. Is it the large pipes? Yeah, we've got the large pipes. So we need the large heat exchangers, basically. Ooh, heat exchangers. Small heat exchangers. Yeah, anyway. I guess this is the one, large heat substation. What does that do? I'm not sure what that does. I have no idea. Anyway, got it in there. Okay, so what we need to do, I'm guessing we need at least, 3 of them, but I'm not sure we'll be able to really bring it in far, right? So the plan would be that we try and get this as deep as we can into this development. So let's see, we do something like that, for instance, right? We do it there. The plan is, can we get this guy heating pipes? Oh, hang on, what is this? Small. No, not the small one. I want the big one. Give me the big one. Heat exchanger. Yes, give me a nice big heat exchanger. A nice big heat exchanger over there. Now let's see. Can we get this to... It's not going to get there. Now it's too long. It's not that far out, though. So I guess we'll just move it a little bit closer. So let's do this. We'll bring it in. And if we say put it... I'm just worried it's not going to get... We may have to just have one with an extension. So let's try one more spot. If we try it here... Okay, let's do that. I want to pop out and I want to see if I put a building right over here. So if I just grab whatever. Oh, actually... They do capture it. Okay, let's move it a little bit closer then. So if we move it, say over here, okay, can we now still get access to buildings all the way down here? We can. We'll probably need another one somewhere over there, but I guess. Okay, so we're kind of ending our. No. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. I don't think we necessarily build up here just yet. So we'll just do the Canal district first, and hopefully we'll be able to get reasonable amounts of pedestrians in there. Okay, so back underground. Ooh, it's not ideal, but let's try it anyway. So please make it too long. Oh man, it's super close. It's super close. Go back out. Try it again. Just move it over to the other side there. So something like that. I'm hoping that gets us reasonably close. If we have to do some parks instead, we'll do that. Go underground and see how this is moving. Come on. We'll do that, and then I think we'll tie it in there. Okay, so this is effectively the first one. We'll add, I think, another one, maybe over here somewhere. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get that on the build. Okay, so with that one in there, let's quickly just double check again what our distances are. I'll get something a little bit smaller. Okay, so we can have a pretty. So we need something over here somewhere to pick up on this corner. But yeah, that's pretty nice and local, and we can go up all the way to almost here. So there's a few little spots that's maybe not ideal, but I guess that is okay. So let's get ourselves one more heat exchanger. We'll need at least another one. And my thinking was maybe, yeah, we don't want it outside, right? We want it maybe something like this. Let's do it centrally, like here. And I just want to double check whether we're getting a bit of a radius on that one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And we've got overlap, and we're getting all the way to the edges. So the only place we're not, actually, we're getting pretty reasonable. This is a little blind spot over here, but from there we're actually getting the other side. But I guess this slither here might require a little bit more to take care of it. Okay, but anyway, I think that's okay. That gives us a bit of a reasonable position. So go back to heating. Give me those heating pipes. Go underground, and I guess this one should be able to. Yeah, that's quite easy. Get underneath there and go in there and tie that one in. So I guess that's the primary heating stuff that we're talking about. We may want to do one more a little closer by on this side to cover off anything that we have in this general area. But I guess that's a very good starting point. So now I've got heating, we've got power, and we've got our water, and things are under construction nicely. Okay, beautiful. So I guess it'll be ages before we get too far along. The one other thing that I just want, we need garbage infrastructure, of course, which is the one that I'm actively using. I think it's this one with the paths, right? I think we'll do that as we get a few other bits and pieces in play. But what I do, however, want to do is we'll probably need at least two. I think this is a good spot for a shopping center. So give me a shopping center, not a grocery store. We're after a sizable shopping center, something that has a little bit of everything and has more than one tie-in. So that one doesn't work. This one is a good one. I like this one quite a bit, and this one will act pretty nicely in that spot right there. I think it should be covering everything it needs to. Okay, so we'll have one of these guys. So I think that's a pretty good spot for one. And then I'm thinking we need something on the other side as well. Fire has been extinguished. We need something maybe over here somewhere. Yeah, I guess somewhere over here. So let's do another shopping center, but one that looks a little bit different. I mean, we've got all of these different shapes, and we could do others as well. But I think another shopping center 45, 150, 150, 405, 405. That one is 405. So I guess the other one that we might be interested in is this one, but it's also just got the one. So I don't quite like that one either. I want two tie-in points, basically, because what's interesting is that even the small shopping centers have two, but the large ones do not. Right? Even the small ones have two. And I don't want too many of the small ones, though. If we just grab a commercial building. So what do we have here that's fairly large? 450. Let's have a look at this guy. I like that. I don't think we've used this one before. I think it may work quite well in this location. Yeah, pretty central, actually. Let's give it let's flip it around. Can we flip it around? Really want to flip it around. I guess I want to do this. Okay, so we'll do our two shopping centers like so. So one there, one there. That should give us a reasonable coverage. We'll probably need maybe another small shopping center in this area. So maybe let's do that. Let's grab ourselves a little small shopping center. Like this guy. Let's flip it to this instead. Yeah, I guess that should be okay. Actually, it used to be Seems to be doing flip it around. Yeah, I guess that's the way. We'll do it kind of right over here somewhere. Okay, so that gives us the ability to tie in some other stuff. So now we've got like 3 shopping centers in here, 2 big ones and a small one. I guess that should be fine. Okay, so that's the Canal District's first side. Just want to make sure we're tying this guy in for maintenance purposes as well. That should be fine. But that's good. That gives us a good starting point over here. Now, on this side of things, how's this going? How's the train construction? Ooh, it's getting there. It's getting there. The last slithers of the train of the train tracks are being built. I like that. That's really good. That means we can start potentially running trains through here. That's really good. I like myself a bit of train tracks. Oh, I paid for that. Yes. And so what we'll need to do is expand on this one. That so let's see a bit more further. No, that's not actually. That's not that right. Anyway, that's okay. So we can expand on this. This is it. Oh, that's a university. Okay, good stuff. Happiness is up at almost 90%. That little bit of work with the meat has done a great piece for us. And government loyalty is almost at the 80%, and our money is looking good. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at what we'll do in this area. I'm kind of tempted to do the same thing over here, just so that it looks similar. So I think what we'll do is we'll try and cover off that section. I'm not. Maybe we'll do this side as well. Yeah, maybe we'll do this side as well. So let's have a look. Let's get ourselves into the tools. We want to level from the center. So let's switch this on. What was our levels here? What I'm after is I want that level. Oh no. So what is this level? Let's just figure out what those levels are. So this level here is 7 meters, right? So we need something at so it needs to be higher. We need it at 7 meters, right? So let's do in there 7 meters. Prox. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, so we'll need to move around a little bit. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so I guess that's the spot for our canal. Okay, so the plan is let's see if this is sufficient or whether we need to do some funny things over here. So let's get ourselves an end point. I'm gonna grab that guy. Oh, it's the other way around. Oh, it's actually pretty reasonable. Want to do it over there. Right? If we did this, right, do we have everything we need to just keep going? And let's make sure to give ourselves a bit of a. Okay, let's come on, let's get nice and close and try and it's not going to work. Okay, so here we do need to give ourselves a little bit more of a. We need to. Yeah, I can't do it any smaller than that, right? Is it better if we just do the smoothing? Is the smoothing the one? Maybe the smoothing is the one that we need to do. That might actually be. That might actually do the trick, right? And then here, no smoothing there. Here we want to be leveling so that we can keep our access points at the same level. Okay, so let's try that. So that the smoothing. Let's see if the smoothing worked over here. I think the smoothing did in fact work. Right? Oh man, that's beautiful. If we look at it, oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I like that. I like that. Now give me some of the long ones. Almost there. We need to smooth it, I think, a little bit more. We need to make sure we're smoothing it a bit. Okay, so the smoothing is the trick here. And what we also just want to make sure is we're also, keeping... Are we leveling from the center? Yeah, let's just a little bit leveling from the center to make sure we can still tie into... Yeah, okay, I guess that should kind of do the trick. Ooh, that might have been a bit extreme. Now, let's try that again. Ooh, it's so close. It's so close, but it's a little bit problematic. So if I wanted to be a little bit more extreme here, and then come back with a bit of a smooth. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not quite the plan. If we tried to do a little bit of this, maybe if we do that instead, and we level it here. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe. Okay. And what we do is we then also level it on this side. So let's see if that actually works a little bit better. I think it might be a little bit. Well, actually, if it might be fine. Let's try that. Let's try that one. Pausing it for a second. Actually, we don't need to pause it. There's a lot happening, but it's gonna be. So if we did that, what does that look like? Oh man. Oh man, oh man. That's looking really good, and I guess that's fine. So I guess that's the way of doing it. So we just want to make a nice big abrupt edge here. So what are we doing? We're leveling from the center. So we'll push this guy in, and then we'll level from the center on that side. So that is the plan. Right, up to here, then we'll make a bit of a turn. Right, so let's do another... Okay, so let's do that. That's another 50 or so. Okay, let's zoom it in and find our spot there. Do it a little bit of an overlap. Like so. Nice. Now we'll go with a bit of a shorter version. A couple of the 10-meter segments. This might be a bit tricky here. Let's bring it in a little bit more. Okay, yeah, like that. Let's bring it in a little bit more. That should be fine. Now give me another 10-meter segment here. That'll at least be the same level on both sides. Yeah, that's reasonable. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I'll live with it. Now, if we wanted to start turning it, is that workable in this area? Yeah, I think so. This is not working. We need to bring these down a little bit more. Get it nice and tight. Bring it in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's continue our turn. Get it nice and tight here. That's it. Here we're getting a little bit close, so let's level it again from this side and from this side. Or are we running a straight section now? Actually, I think we're running a straight section. Okay, beautiful. So let's level our straight section through here and through here. That should be fine, right? Nice, I like it. Oh, didn't want to hit that button. Now let's add our few extra ones. Gonna almost end the episode, but the plan is that we have a look at this, and then from there we'll. Oh, you know what I'm missing? We need another stairwell. Zoom it in. Line it up. There we go. Actually, very good. I'm getting a hang of this. It just takes a bit of practice, I think. It just takes a bit of practice. A little worried our level is not quite close enough to where we want to go. Let's level it over here again. Just bring it a little bit more in. Yeah. There we go. I think that should be fine. Yeah, perfect. That should be fine. Now let's try that again. So beautiful. Look at that. That is looking pretty fine. Got a lot more canal to do, I think. But I like the idea. This is really pretty cool. So let's continue to level this. We want to be pushing that out in line with this guy. Okay, so let's push that out. Okay, and then we push back. Right, so we push it out. We push it back. That's basically the idea here. Okay, let's extend that a little bit more. Okay, let's extend that a tad more. Okay, so guys, I think that's what it's all about. Okay, so I'll finish off the rest of this. Let's zoom it in again. So yeah, so you want to just line it up ever so slightly there, and a bit of an overlap there, and I guess that gets it a nice and clean little promenade that we can talk about. We probably need another one. Okay, let's grab another. Actually, while we're talking about it, before I forget, let's grab another one of these guys. Perfecto. There we go. That's looking really good. Much better than the other side. I will finish that off in between episodes and clean this up so that we can do a bit of a layout here. But I like the idea of our little canal district. This is slowly getting built. I mean, there's plenty of this going on. What does this intersection look like? Looks a little wonky, to be honest, around the corners here. I guess we're not seeing any power here just yet. But yeah, everything is slowly starting to happen. We're starting to see some heating problems, so it's probably going to start the snowy process. But yeah, that's our Canal District 1 and Canal District 2 over there. And I guess we can make it look quite aesthetically pleasing. I might dig in here a little bit more to make a little bit more of a bay in here. Maybe we can even do a little ferry terminal. I don't know. It's getting a little bit out of hand in terms of the urban side of things. But other than that, money's looking good. Happiness is looking good. Population is looking good. I think we're fairly stable for the time being. Things are working, not necessarily always, but I guess we've got reasonable amounts of things everywhere, and yeah, happiness is coming up almost at 90%. So and government loyalty is pretty good as well, right? Yeah, almost 80%. So we should be quite productive, just in broad terms, quite productive in general. This is done. So this is selected to be constructed, so that should be moving. But yeah, all of this is kind of almost ready to go, and this is done. The last little electrification needs to happen, and then we're done with that rail, and we can actually start running something. I'm kind of tempted to just Give me this guy, right? Play for finalization. So now it's done, right? Okay, I think that's the last thing we'll do. Let's quickly look at giving ourselves some signals. So let's have a look at the signals, right? So that signaling is appropriate. Then we need to continue to run signals on the other side here. So we need one there and one this way. I'm guessing we can do that. We can do this. Okay, then that one will move that way and this way. I think we'll do one here and one there. We'll do one here and one there. Yes, it's okay, but I'd rather let's blocks a little bit larger. There and there. Okay, then we'll run into the station. And out. And out. And in. And there's something like this and something like that. Maybe it always makes sense to me to do that. Do this and that, and then yeah, this one here, and that one there, and okay, now we're getting to this. Okay, so what do we have over here? So we're able to run. Okay, well, let's do this. Needs to be like mixed signals here. No, not mixed signals. It just needs to be a chain and a block. Okay, now, if you're going in there, you basically have no way of coming back out. So this will work. So what we are missing, in fact, is one more crossover. At least one, right? Just so that we can go in there and come back out. But I guess what we're actively after is something like this instead. If we... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. F4 to forget about the snapping there. And then we can make this work. I'm hoping we can make that work. Beautiful. I'm paying for that. So that's in place there. And then what we're after here on this side is mixed signals. Mixed like this and mixed like that to go in there. And now you can get back out to the other side. And the rest of this should be quite niftily operational. So we'll do another, not mixed signal, but a chain in here and a block out here and a block out there and a chain like that, right? So at least now this whole thing has a bit of an area work. So now we can actually start to run a train. And I guess we should. We should run a train. Now the question is, do we start it over here? We won't be able to pick anybody up here yet, right? I'm not allowing passenger access. So let's get some workers employed in here. I think we should be able to get... Yeah, we should definitely be able to get workers. Let's see. We'll come back. We'll get the train and we'll come back. I'd rather just run it over there so they don't conflict with one another. Some heating problems, which I'm aware of, and I'm going to run this guy. It's a reasonable little train. So let's do that. Let's close this one out. And then the plan is, where am I? Lessa, I'm going in the wrong direction. Going in the wrong direction still. Okay, here we go. Grad Canal. Let's do this thing. So one. No. Clear. All of this out. One. No. Clear that out. Do we want it to pop back? Do we want it to pop in here? I guess yes. Let's do that. Grad. Then in there. Then over here, and then there, and then back here. right? And back here. Yeah, well, let's do that. So because we've got a university over on this side. So get in and out is not a problem. So we'll do get in and out. Just gonna say, so one here, there, and there. Perfect. So that's fine, and I'm happy to kind of make a start on that one, right? We will go ahead and start that journey. And the one thing I just wanted to check is, can we get from here to there? No, we cannot. So what I'll want to do here is do this at least. So this guy can come across this way and go in there. Or alternatively, we'll just drop that out altogether and we'll put a chain. No, what is this? Turn this one into a chain. And in reality, what it needs, this doesn't actually need to be in two directions here. So we can just do chain on this side and that one over there. So now this guy is running our new route. Let's ride it. Oh no, this is the refinery workers. I'm waiting for our other train so we can ride it on the new line. I'm hoping it'll be here soon. I'm not quite sure what the journey is that it's going to take to get here. But I'm hoping to see. Yeah, I have no idea actually how it ends up getting here. It is gone. It's not here anymore. I guess it went that direction. Oh, why? It could just go out this way. Anyway, then it should be quite close. Guess it started somewhere else. Where's my train? Oh, it might be this guy. No, it's not that guy. Where is my train? Okay, we'll find it. Don't worry. All related vehicles. Give me this vehicle, please. Oh, no, the vehicle. This guy. Where is it? Is it somewhere? No, it's not that one. Okay. It is coming now. It's finally coming. Let's take a ride. Okay, as the final points of this episode, we'll take a ride on the train. We'll look at that. All of our refineries are underway. Our rail tracks are running pretty nicely. Our pump jacks are working. Our spacing between our highway and our train system to leave a bit of room. This interchange is a little bit wonky, but it's working. We're arriving underneath the interchange into Susselgrad. We should be going into our end station, I think. Yes, there we go. Into the end station, parked. And there we go, starting this journey. Now, one thing I didn't check is whether we actually have people here. Can we see any people? Anybody on the train? One person on the train. Okay. The starting point, at least we've got someone. Head over the bridge. This is the Canal. That's our new promenades. I like it. Canal district. Got a little bit of an extra bridge here. Excellent. Meandering through the forests and heading our way to the Canal district with some pedestrian bridges as access points. We've got our infrastructure starting to take shape. Got people, eventually, got this station. Then we cut across so that we can bridge over our highway connection. It's all pretty smooth sailing. Okay, over the larger road network, we bridge, make a bit of a turn, and we'll arrive at our new station. Nice, we're popping in there really nicely. And done. Thank you very much. Now, did someone pop out? Yes, someone is moving out somewhere. I'm assuming coming to work here. So let's have a quick look. Want to keep an eye on this guy. Yeah, coming to work the heating plant. Not that there's anything for him to do. There's also no power supply. So we'll sort those little things out, but at least we've got it going. So now we can also start serving things like fire stations in this area, which is a key thing for us to start looking at. But at least our new line is up and running with one train on it. That doesn't really impact the rest, but we could also extend the line into there to pick up more people there. But the idea is really that we build a few more houses in this area or apartment buildings in this area to really feed it from here. I'll extend the rest of the canal. That's the plan, to extend it through here and into there, to that bridge. And maybe I'll do the other side of this one just for good measure, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. The canal district is mainly on here. I don't know if we don't really have the infrastructure in here to be supporting further development there. We've planned it all out in this area so that we maximize the benefit of bringing all of that infrastructure in. Okay, guys, I think that's another long episode, and we'll leave it there. It's going to go into winter in the next couple of days, but I guess we'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next episode where we will continue to plan out the Canal district in Sasselgrad, and hopefully start seeing more people on the train, and hopefully kind of continue our good money. Look at that money, 2.5 million there in terms of vehicle exports. I guess that's a ship that's been exported. But I like it. I think we're in good shape here. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.